But when he now says, having been in NFF himself, when he had issues, he went to FIFA and that he says they use FIFA to intimidate Nigeria when they know they can't fight the country.
I don't understand that.
No, he said while he was in NFF, they were using FIFA
to intimidate
the government.
Who is using FIFA to intimidate the government?
He said they did it.
That's in those of them in the NFF at that time were using FIFA to intimidate the government at that time.
So he's indicting himself, isn't it? If you are using FIFA to intimidate the government, which means he was part of those who were using FIFA. No, I don't want, like I said, I don't want us to dwell. It's not a personal matter. What we are talking about here is what is the way forward for Nigerian football. If we decide to do things our own way, the way we are trying to play politics with it now, it means that, yes, let us come home and play our football. And where would that leave us? As we speak now, Nigeria will not be part of the Nations Cup next year in Cameroon. As we speak, Nigeria, Enyimba Football Club, the only surviving club in the continent, will be banned. And all other Nigerian clubs will be stopped. Our players cannot even move. And football is the only thing that the Nigerian youth can look up to. So why do we now want to mess it up for selfish reasons? It doesn't make sense to me. And the truth is that since we have decided to be part of FIFA, for Christ's sake, why don't we respect the laws of FIFA and don't do things in our own way? Try to play the kind of dirty politics that we play here in the football family.
But since the acting president has waded into this, we're not sure if there's any official position at the moment.
And I trust the acting president will do the right thing. He appreciates the challenges. He must have been briefed by all the parties involved. He is a very cerebral lawyer, and the government has been fantastic in the way they've handled this. Government has come to say that let the status quo remain. Government has come to say that, okay, we are not even saying the case should not go eat full hog. The federal government must be commended the way they've handled this wonderful way they've done it, because they've taken it from, first and foremost, government has tried to look at Nigeria's interests, not the interests of these parties, these people who have selfish interests. So I want to commend the federal government for the way they've handled the matter. It is fantastic so far.
But you know, for those who also wonder that, well, since from that FIFA letter, we have up till Sunday, because if we don't comply by Monday, we'll be banned. But the elections are so close. It's in September, isn't it?
Yes.
So
it's not come to look at it. If those who do not want, those who want to run the NFF at all costs, why don't they go to Katina and contest? The Amaju Pinnick that you are talking about, his tenure is just 1 month away. Why must we hit up the polity? This man has been in charge for 3-4 years, and he has just 1 month to his tenure. If you want to become NFF president, why don't you go and contest that election? The NFF has said they are going to open up the space. I didn't like a situation where a cabal will say, okay, we'll disqualify this person, we'll disqualify that person. No. Giwa has been somebody, for instance, who has shown passion for football. He has a football club and all that. So I don't mind him becoming NFF president. But it has to be through the legal means. Let him go and contest. If the Congress feels that he is qualified, if he wins, to God be the glory.
Okay,
I'm not against him running.
So you think if we've gone to CAS, we don't have any reason not to obey those decisions?
Exactly.
And if the elections are closed,
just 1 month to the election. So why are those who are pushing for Nigeria to be banned? What will be their interest?
Let's find out what Mr. Baribote thinks of that. Markwa.
That's a lot to say because he's been making notes here. First and foremost, let's quickly confirm that you and Mr. George Aloa are very good friends, as he says.
We are very good friends, but we differ on this matter.
On this particular matter?
Like he did mention, he's a journalist, but you see, when you're a professional, you must play within the ethics of that profession. But I believe my friend is playing out of that. From what you have just narrated, he's only talking about the side of Amaju. I don't want to start using words.
The side of Amaju, but let's start for, let's take last things first. He said the elections, and we have that confirmation, that the elections are this year, they refresh elections to see into office another board of NFF leadership. Is this year, isn't it? It's in September.
Next month, yes.
Next month, exactly.
If at all.
And there is still a contention over the elections which saw Amaju come into office, right?
Yes, yes.
How come is it that we're still on this particular matter a month to when we're conducting fresh elections?
Well, Mokwe, I want to thank you for this question and those that are listening. You see, because of the interest different people have in this issue, we are not telling Nigerians the truth. They will be misinforming the public. Like he did mention, he talks about appeals committee. You see, the essence, when you go to Article 64, I back my things up with the law guiding football. Let him cite wherever he's talking about. I gave you Article 1.1, where they said they will comply with the laws of Nigeria. I gave you where they said if there is an issue within the NFF, it will be an internal issue. I want him to back his claim with the points. Now it talks about electoral committee. Why we are here today, because some people believe football belongs to them. Giwa, in line with, if you look at Article 4 of the electoral guideline, they said the electoral committee that will conduct the election of the NFF board will be appointed 6 months before the election. Now, in 2013, November, the electoral committee that conducted Giwa election on the 26th of August 2014 was inaugurated or appointed on the floor of the election in line with the FIFA Electoral Standard Code in Warri. So election, normally, elective Congress is supposed to be one agenda election. When they got a Chida that day, even Amaju himself was accredited and voted for Giwa. So the process or the essence of setting up electoral appeals committee or disciplinary committee in any organization is to look at aggrieved members coming before it. Now, rather than going to the appeals committee in line with Article 12 of the Electoral Code of NFF and Article 18, Sub 1 and 2 of the Electoral Guideline of NFF, the Amaju board decided to go and conduct another election rather than following the same laws that they are preaching in line with the statute to nullify the election first. Now, well, let me ask you, can you now administer oath of office to two people into the same office at the same time? And the case is talking about letting stop misleading Nigerians. Go to the conclusion of that Court of Arbitration ruling, page 55, at point 213. You will see that CAS said their judgment is not to talk about whether this person's election is valid or this person is rejected. That what was before them was about FIFA letter recognizing Amaju. So don't come and tell the Giwa election, he's been talking about Giwa this, he have not pointed out where Giwa election. So what I'm saying...
No, the issue right now is, if this matter had been taken to CAS, for instance...
On different ground.
On a different ground.
Yes.
Wouldn't we have gotten a resolution by now?
No, because it's about recognition. Where we got it wrong, or they got it wrong, is disregard, just like they are disrespecting the Supreme Court judgment. They disregarded their own judgment. Let judge, or you can read from Article 18 of the NFF Electoral Guideline and Article 12 of the Electoral Code of NFF.
The Supreme Court did not exactly wade into this matter. What the Supreme Court said was that the Court of Appeal was wrong to say that because the matter had been listed before, it cannot be listed again for hearing. The Supreme Court said, no, you can go back to the Court of First Instance, to the Federal High Court, and, you know, and have your cases heard. That's what the Supreme Court said.
But there is more to it. The lower court, when Giwa went to court after conducting this election, they now hurriedly went to call another Congress on the 20th of September, wanting to conduct another election on the 10th of September. So Giwa now approached the court. I won an election. They want to conduct another one. The court now gave an order. Please don't do that Congress and do election, but come before me to come and tell me why you have to conduct another election when Giwa have been elected.
Is that the Supreme Court ruling?
No, the lower court ruling.
Okay.
So in the interim, well, let me explain a little bit. In the interim, while I wait to listen the matter and decide it on its merit, allow Giwa and his board to be doing the work. Then they now disobey the court to go and do that election. So the court now nullify and set that election aside.
We will come back, you know, for better explanation when we come back from this break. Please stay with us.